How you guys doing today? This is Derek House with dhfdns.com, and today we're going to make some protein peanut butter cookies. So let's make this. So go ahead and take out two bowls, one for your wet ingredients and one for your dry ingredients. We're going to go ahead and start with our wet ingredients first. 2 large eggs, 1 large egg white, 10 to 15 drops of liquid sweetener, 1/4 cup or 61 grams of unsweetened applesauce. And now just go ahead and lightly mix that up. And now for your dry ingredients, 1.5 cups of old-fashioned rolled oats, which is 120 grams. 2 scoops or around 60 grams of natural or vanilla flavored protein powder. If you're using natural flavored protein powder, you might want to throw in 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract into your wet mix. 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. 1/4 a teaspoon of salt. And the last of our dry ingredients is 1 1/4 cups of sweetener. Now just go ahead and lightly mix your dry ingredients together. So now the last thing we're going to do before we mix everything together, go ahead and take out some natural peanut butter. Measure 18 tablespoons or around 288 grams of that. Put it into a microwavable safe container, and we're going to go ahead and melt it so it mixes easier in our recipe. Now go ahead and put your peanut butter in the microwave and set it to around 45 seconds. Once it starts melting, you'll know when to take it out. If you don't want to use a microwave, you can go ahead and melt it on the stovetop as well. As you can see, it's melted pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and put it in our recipe now. Go ahead now and put your melted peanut butter into your wet mix. Now go ahead and take out a whisk or hand mixer, and we're going to mix our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients now. Go ahead now and preheat your oven on 350 and take out a baking sheet. Now you can either line your baking sheet with tin foil and spray it with non-stick cooking spray, or you can get some parchment paper and layer that on it. Here's a little pro tip for you guys. In order for the peanut butter not to stick that much to your hands, just go ahead and wet them a little bit. If they're moist, it tends not to stick as bad. So now just go ahead and take your batter and shape them into the size cookies you want to make. As you can see, my first batch is going to make 9 cookies. Now if you make these bigger or smaller, that's completely up to you. As a final topping, I like to put some chocolate chips on the top of them. The chocolate chips is obviously optional. Now what I like to do is just press them down a bit with a fork. So now we're going to put them in the oven on 350 for around 8 to 10 minutes. So it's been around 10 minutes now. They do look done. So we're just going to go ahead and take them out. And there are your protein peanut butter cookies. So as you guys saw, the cookies are done. They look delicious. Now I'm just going to go ahead and try it for you guys. Everything you could want in a protein peanut butter cookie is right here in this recipe. Absolutely delicious. A lot of peanut butter flavor. Really moist, dense. Awesome. I make my cookies pretty big. You don't have to make them this big. If you don't like big cookies, I don't think there's anyone out there that doesn't like big cookies. If you don't like big cookies, please post in the comment box below. I'd like to talk to you. However, if you make them half the size, they're only going to be about 100 calories each. So that's not too bad. So the chocolate chips in this recipe only add around 120 calories. If you don't use the chocolate chips, I'll post the calorie information for the cookies without the chocolate chips down in the description below or on dhfdns.com. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. If you liked my protein peanut butter cookies recipe, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It motivates me to keep making these videos. If you aren't already subscribed, you can do so by clicking somewhere right around there on the screen coming up. And by subscribing, if you aren't already, you'll get an email every week telling you I uploaded a new video. Comments or suggestions go down below. I do try and respond to everybody. Alright guys, I got a bunch of cookies to eat. Stay healthy.